Welcome into the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty, where today we go on the road for the first time here in Season 7, taking on the Michigan State Spartans, the first Big Ten team the Cardinal have played under head coach Barrington. And for the Cardinal, they opened up their season with a late game, fourth quarter blowout, 56-27 over the James Madison Dukes. This was a game that debuted the new look offense for the Stanford Cardinal, and it showed mixed results early on. Gordon Draft did have a few mistakes, 3 interceptions on the day, but he responded by throwing 3 more touchdowns. When the game got away from the Dukes, they subbed in Savoy, and he put 2 more touchdowns on the board, going to a new starter at the receiver spot in Virgil Rowland. He's more of the 4th receiver to come out on the field, and he had 2 catches, 123 yards, and 2 touchdowns. It was the return of Deshaun Blousay that really was the staple early on in this one. But ultimately, as you can see by how many different players had at least 1 catch, the offense is spread out this year. That does not exclude the running backs though. Sulai and Thompson both around 10 touches, well above 6 yards per carry, each of which had a rushing touchdown, as well as Gordon Draft. Defensively, we wrecked Demetrius Shoemaker's day, who did start off pretty good. He had 3 touchdowns, but he also threw 5 interceptions. And it was Tim Easy that had the big day, taking 3 of those. He did share it. Marcook and Heggie each had 1. The big surprise for the Cardinal defense was the fact that they did not pick up a sack with Cassius Sampson. The Heisman winner of last season had picked up at least half a sack in every game he played up until that point. Instead, it was new starter in Rashad Lord who picked up the pace, picking up 2 sacks in that game. And today they look to face the Spartans, who did pick up a win in opening day, but it was a walk-off touchdown in overtime that saw them overcome in-state Central Michigan. Overall, the offense for the Spartans is a very young group led by a lot of sophomores, including Darian Hodgins. The redshirt sophomore had 2 touchdowns and interception, 54% complete. At running back, fellow sophomore Noah Doss gets the start, only had 7 carries, though he was effective in those carries. Receiving-wise, this is a group that is very unproven, though D'Angelo Morton did open the season off with 3 grabs, 81 yards, and a touchdown. Their highest rated receiver is at tight end, another sophomore in Martin Okine. Defensively, they are led by a lot of seniors and juniors. They did pick up a lot of TFLs in this game. They didn't, however, pick up many sacks. And they do force fumbles. Marty Johnston, he forced 1 fumble, recovering 2. That's because they had a block by Devin Witherspoon. Overall, this is a game Coach Barrington views as a stepping stone for his Cardinal as they face Georgia next week. We're opening up here week 2 underway, as it will be the offense following this return. Legend Anagbar takes it down the hashes, and it will be the 30 where the Cardinal offense will head on out. This group, a good overhaul from last season, though a lot of returning starters. A lot of them made some big plays last week. And it will be from pistol where they get going. Marked at the 28, not 30. It's Thompson right down the middle. The ball pops out. But jumping on it is Deshaun Blousay. We just talked about how the Spartans like to force those fumbles. Already they get one. However, they do not recover it. Ends up staying in the Cardinal hand. They go right back to Thompson, who takes it down the middle. A little bit of a redemption play. And he had a pretty good game last week. We saw his stats around 70 yards rushing. For the 2nd and 3, they look to go down the field. It's for Blousay, who gets the grab. He's tracked down just inside the 20. A big play coming from the senior receiver, Gordon Draft, with a good throw. Sets up the Cardinal inside the red zone. First time today with a pistol look. No one opens up immediately. Draft throws it away. Honestly, he's pretty lucky that one not counted as intentional grounding. It's 2nd and 10. Tight shotgun look here, as Draft will keep it, but he can't get outside the big fella. Lewis McRoberts picks up the tackle for a loss. It forces a 3rd and 14. Cardinal now backed up outside the red zone. They go 2 spread either side. Throwing outside late is Blousay, who finds the angle to the pylon. Cardinal On 3rd and long, they find their senior receiver, and it's a touchdown in both the games to start the season. And the Cardinals silence the crowd here in East Lansing, Michigan. With an early 7-0 lead, they hand it over to the young offense of the Spartans, who will have to answer, starting with the run. Only 7 of them last week, a pretty good one to start. Das earned every single one of those 5 yards. Makes it 2nd and 5. With 2 out to the left-hand side, they look to go back his way. Stretches it to the outside. He's got the first. Eventually, Schlegel comes down to get the stop, but it's a 1st down for the Spartans at the 27 as they go right back to it. 3 straight runs. However, Dallas Coffey, one of their senior receivers, is injured on the play. They're already pretty unproven in that group. That's a big blow for them. He'll exit with a 2nd and 4 remaining. As they go with a delay, tossing it downfield, but through the hands. That's Armin Capers, a running back who they're having play a little bit of a receiver. Leaves it 3rd and 4. They go spread empty, hitting the pass to the outside. Hodgins finds Slaughter, turning up for that 1st down. They marked him out at the 50. It's 1st and 10 for Michigan State, who will roll, getting the ball out just in time, but Tuttle jars it free. And once again, it was Cassius Sampson coming up just short of a sack. 2nd and 10. He drops back into coverage. They throw towards his way, and he gets involved in the tackle. It has been strange for the Cardinal not having to call his name all too often to start the season. 3rd and 4 again here for the Michigan State Spartans. They throw downfield. Mark Huck's got an interception for him in back-to-back weeks. They were intending that one for the senior in Coffey, returning from injury. Hodgins just missed that throw by about 5 to 10 yards. And for the Spartans, who were finding their way downfield steadily, they turn it over. Cardinal take over at the 15. As they start with a running game, Thompson takes it right-hand side and will be stopped after about 13 more. Will actually be his longest rush of the night, as his previous was the fumble. 1st and 10. They go right back his way. Not much resistance down the middle for the Spartans. With an offensive line full of All-Americans, you don't want to give up too much too quickly. 2nd and 5. Larry Sulai checks in, but he missed him on the halfback screen. Disappointing there, as he had blockers and space. Makes it 3rd and 5. Hard count. They get a man to jump. Should be a free play for the Cardinal, as they will look downfield for Moses. And he mosses the corner, bringing it down at about the 3 or 4. Cardinal can decline the penalty. That's exactly how you want to use a free play. They let the play clock run all the way down here. As Draft, he's looking to scramble around, finds a little bit of space, but can't find the end zone. Marty Johnston comes down from the linebacker spot, saving the day. They actually will count that as about a 1-yard loss. 2nd and goal. As they go with a triple option, it's out to Aneni, but comes up well behind. He gets tripped up, and it's going to be a turnover. Big fella picks it up. There is no Cardinal in sight. Here comes Emmanuel Gomez sprinting all the way down, and Berryman didn't pick up the one block they need. But what a swing, this time in favor of the home squad. Offense comes out at the 11. They hand it off to Das. He gets stacked up by Blair. Well, Coach Barrington did talk a lot about the refreshed interior rush this season. Didn't see much of it last week. Blair helps get the stop there. They go back to Das. He nearly gets the 1st down for the Spartans, nearly finding his way into the end zone. Quick throw. They find Capers on the quick slam. And just like that, we've got a tie game here. 7-7 in East Lansing. What a swing. Cardinal take the field here at the 15. They were nearly set up to go ahead by 2 scores. Really, not even nearly. They were set up to go ahead. They pick up a gain of 5 on 1st down, checking in Sulai. And they miss the opportunity again. Screen's just not holding up long enough to get it actually fully developed. It's 3rd and 5. Bunch goes out to the right-hand side. Hard count again, should be a free play. Worked out pretty well last time. They float this one out for Blausey, who gets the catch. He turns up, and he's out around the 44. But with those early jumps, they're essentially taking one rusher out of the play. Works out pretty well. Draft bouncing back from his miscues last week. A hot start here as they pick up a nice gain down the middle. Well, that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Overall, some big plays coming by the way of the Cardinal. You could just say two big plays for the Spartans, as it was the miscue on the triple option pitch. Got all the way downfield, offense punched it in, and we are leveled up here in East Lansing 7-7. But it could have very easily been a 14-0 game at this point. At the 45, they start off right with the running game, and this time he's stuffed. Linebackers come down, they make the stop at the line, leave 2nd and 10. Sitting back in the pistol, throwing out to the sideline, finds Blousset, who shakes one. We'll give him about 7. Picking up right where he left off last week, though still needing 3 more. It's 3rd down. Motion on the right-hand side is Blousset. A late release from the tight end. He got stuck on the line, so taking it himself goes Draft. He'll pick up the 1st down for the Cardinal at the 30. Another hard count, no one jumps. And getting around the edge and taking him down. Marty Johnston with another big play. It's going to be a loss of 5. We saw them make a lot of plays last week in the backfield. They're doing so again here tonight. As it's a late throw, he finds ball with some speed. It's going to be a 1st down for the Cardinal. That's going to be the tough part for these defenses. Facing this Cardinal team, a lot of speed. They bring some power to boot. As it looks like Draft making some changes here. They're at the 17 with a tight shotgun look. And Draft didn't quite like what he sees. We'll just toss it to the side. A safe play from QB1 of the Cardinal. Leaves it 2nd and 10. As they look to go back to Thompson, he finds a slight lane. But it closes about just as quickly as it opened. 3rd and 8 following the gain of 2. Bunch to the left-hand side here for Draft. As he will look to throw, he's under pressure and drop. 3 sacks. Lewis McRoberts, he's back again. And it's going to bring out Ritter for his first field goal attempt on the season. And he's going to boot it right down the middle. Cardinal back in front. We're already seeing a lot of pass rush forming down the middle against the Cardinal. They'll need to fix that offensively, and if they could get a little bit more of that defensively, I'm sure they would appreciate it. The late handoff here to Doss. He shakes the tackle and picks up 7. We're about halfway through the 2nd quarter, and already he has just about as many carries this game as he did entirely last game. 2nd and 3, they go with a jet motion. Getting to the outside, but forgot to block easy. But somehow Morton's going to squeeze out enough for that 1st down. At the 35, a fresh set here for the Spartans. They face the heavy blitz, and it's Lord and 2-3 other defenders bringing him down. Sampson and Augustine join from the opposite side of the line. It's going to be 2nd and 21. They go with a delayed handoff. Augustine's right back in his face. A flag comes down as there was a hold coming from the opposite side of the line. So 3 of the 4 defenders won right off the bat. Forces a 3rd and 21 as they decline the penalty. Cassius Sampson, he's finally gonna pick up his 1st of the season clean this time, all to himself. And with a 4th and 35, they will have to punt this one away. That is the play expected of the defensive line this year. Cardinal take over plus side following a good return from Legend and Ogbar. As Thompson goes right down the middle, kept those legs churning, he picks up 9. This time Cardinal want to come away with more than just a field goal. 2 spread either side for Draft. He throws outside, it's caught by Blousset. Taking on a new role in this new offense, he seems to be getting a lot more targets as we head inside the 2-minute break. 2 sit deep here in coverage. As he throws to the sideline, caught George Ball. And great sideline awareness there from the young receiver. Gets the toe taps. Would have been good on Sunday. Tight look this time for Draft. As he throws across the middle, it's Gomez. About half a yard shy. We'll have to bring out their power look here. And they do not run real true goal line. It's a shotgun look here. Motion goes Aneni to the right-hand side. Thompson the back. And no one blocked the middle. 3 blitzers arrive. That'll back the Cardinal up. It's a loss of about 2 to 3. Coming out with the same look again. Aneni in motion. Thompson the back. They throw out to Aneni. And the seniors got the touchdown. Cardinal, they take a 10-point lead here in East Lansing over the Michigan State Spartans. And that time it was a much better job down at the goal line. Leaves the Spartans 28 seconds left here before halftime as they look to try to get some points on the board. Getting down the middle, and Kiki with a big-time tackle there. That could have been a much worse gain here for the Stanford Cardinal, giving that up. They go back underneath. Coffee gets the catch, taking him to about the opposite 49. Does force the Spartans to call their second timeout. They've only got one more remaining. 17 seconds left here before the break. Sampson getting around the edge, and a big sack. Make that 2 for him. Final timeout is called. With a 2nd and 19, they now have 14 seconds. Empty set, bunch to the right-hand side. They throw downfield, and it's nearly picked off by Smith. But just as we've seen with him in coverage, not always the cleanest. And then a quick throw. They find Blanchflower, but that's going to be well shy, and definitely shy of field goal range. So to halftime we go. 17-7 in East Lansing. Cardinal could be ahead by even more here. A couple hiccups early, but they're bouncing back from it. Deshaun Blouse 100% on his targets, 91 yards and a touchdown. Well on his way to be back over 100, just as he was last week. The only miscue for the Cardinal was on that triple option down by the goal line. Missed the flip late, and it was the big fella who scooped it up, ran all the way down until Gomez caught him. Spartans were able to punch it in, but that was their only score of the first half. They will, however, be starting the second half with possession. So as we get back into our game, starting at the 19, the Spartans need to get some consistency going here on offense as Capers, the guy who had that touchdown, picks up a first down. We talked about how unproven they are in the receiving group. They're relying a lot on their running backs to help out. As this time they hand it off to Capers with space to the outside is going to be a big gain for him. Another one of the young fellas here for the Spartans, a freshman, as he's staying out there here. They go play action his way, flip it to the outside for Coffee, and he's not going to get very far. A late flag comes in. They're going to get Okine with a hold. The sophomore, one of their highest rated in terms of guys down the field. A big miss for them. They go back to Doss, and he'll pick up about 5 of the lost yards. They'll still need 13 more. Capers back in at running back. As they flip it out his way, it's speed option. And Marcock with a clean open field tackle. They will go hurry up off of it, trying to get that first down. They need 6 more yards. It's the double A gap look for the Cardinal defense. At the 48 here plus side. They only rush 4. Pass to the outside and open down the sideline is Coffee. Looked like a lapse in communication there between the outside corner and the safety on who was supposed to get who, especially on the trade-off. 1st and 10 as they look to get Capers to the outside with some good speed. Gain of 9. Spartans finding far more success running here today than they did last week. Leave 2nd and 1 as they go with the option. Cassius Sampson brings him down. Another really good tackle in open field. Leaves 3rd and 1. And they bring out the heavy group here. Tuttle, no! Coley flies in from the linebacker spot and stuffs the run. Cardinal will force a field goal attempt here. Michigan State knocks it through. That'll bring the game back within 7. 17-10 on ultimately a good drive to start for the Spartans. Cardinal, however, have the chance to answer back as they go Thompson. Gain of 4. The Cardinal have not had as much success, I would say, running the ball today as they did last week, kind of opposite of the Spartans. Sulai takes his first carry, and he's going to maybe get back to the line. Well, they might actually mark him with a loss of about a yard or so. 3rd and 7. They come out with trips to the right-hand side, Moses to the left. Hard count, not able to get the snap off in time. Won't be a free play, but it will be a free 5 yards. I'm sure Coach Barrington will take that. It's 3rd and now 2. Blouse in motion. Draft on the quarterback keeper. Will take it with blockers downfield. He's sprinting by the midfield line. Trucks through the safety to cap off the run as he's out at the 35. And I'm sure some Spartans in the crowd, they're going to have to pick up their chins after that run. What a play for the Cardinal. 1st and 10. As they go Thompson, who gets stuck behind the block of the center, still keeping those legs chugging. Nice strong run there for the senior. Sets up a 2nd and 3. They walk the safety down. Open downfield is ball, and he drops it. Another really good throw there from Draft. Kept it well high away from the incoming defender. But it's 3rd and 3, a tight shotgun look. Draft keeps it as he's looking to find the edge, picking up the first down. Gordon Draft going to work here on the ground this drive. Still had, again, that really good throw. Thompson stuffed the very next play. That leaves the Cardinal behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 12, approaching the 2-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. The 4-receiver set as they'll go down the field 1v1, and Blouse brings in another. The senior back on track from his sophomore campaign. Not that his junior year was bad, about 750 yards for him. That's now 3 touchdowns to open up the season as we've opened up the lead here, 24-10. RPO as they find Capers yet again. He is the offense today for the Spartans. And I really just think it's a mismatch that they're forcing here with all the running backs stepping out onto the field, trying to get to the outside and finding some space. Doss picks up 6 more. He stays in the backfield. Capers back out at receiver right side. 2nd and 4. They hand it off to Doss, who gets again to the outside. Salmon tried to slow him down, but just propelled him forward. The Spartans have definitely found where their running game is, and they're using it here today, trying to keep up with this Cardinal defense. This time they're all over the speed option. A flag comes in late. It looks like it will be holding. Coach Barrington will accept that and will force a 1st and 20 back at the 37. Trips to the right-hand side. They go to Doss. He finds some space and makes it 2nd and 9. For one play, they clean up their loss, and we head to the 4th quarter, 24-10. This game in hand of the Stanford Cardinal. But with crunch time to go, things can get pretty interesting here in East Lansing. With the pressure of playing at home, the Spartans, they need to pick up some big plays here. We've got 9 minutes remaining as they throw downfield, broken up by Tim Easy. He's really come a long way in the last, I would say, 7 or so games for the Stanford Cardinal. It's 3rd and 9 as they look to set up the screen. All over it is Thad Smith. Kiki Harulahu there as well. The Cardinal will take over at the 20 with 8:21 left here in this game. As they hand it off, Thompson back down the middle, getting through that first set. He's definitely been the primary back here today. Haven't seen much from Larry Sulai, who did at his first career touchdown last week. Looking to throw here, but not getting it out cleanly. Manny Rojas provides the pressure. It's now 3rd and 5. Bunch to left-hand side, tight end Gomez to the right. Hard count, no one bites. And throwing to the flat, it's tipped away, and it will be a quick 3 and out here for the Cardinal. And I believe that's the first punt on the year for Fatele Mays. Pretty decent one as they go back to the read option, gain of 3. Blair was just able to grab an ankle to slow him down. Makes it 2nd and 7 at the 41. Taking it a press look here. They will look to throw, but blitzing around the edge is Salmon, and it will be a sack for the Cardinal. 4 on the day in total. Hodgins has taken a good few hits. Leaves 3rd and 15, a must-convert situation here. As they go with the tunnel screen, it actually opens up pretty decent. Tim Easy couldn't bring him down, and he picks up the first down. The senior receiver of the Spartans in Blanchflower keeps them alive. At the 50, hard count, no one jumps. As they go with the delayed handoff to the outside, Doss with space, and he's gonna not pick up the first down. Refs do mark him just a couple inches short. So 2nd and 11. And bringing the blitz, Thad Smith. He hits home before they can hand it off or even fake hand it off. A massive hit and a well-timed play for the linebacker. Another one of those Cardinal players with a fantastic blend of speed and power. Shows off both. 3rd and 5. As they will look to throw the ball, it's deep. 1v1, Coffee and Marcock. And Marcock decided to lay a hit rather than break it up. I guess we'll take it, because either way the ball ended up on the ground. It's now 4th and 5. With about 5 minutes left in this one. And nowhere to go. Trying to find space. Hodgins gets to the outside. Good blocks downfield, and he avoids the hit from Schlegel. With all the different rushers, someone out there had to have gotten back there. Instead, 1st and 10 at the 24. Continuing to try to pass the ball. And Kiki breaks it up, dove in there, and also put a decent little hit in on the shin of Blanchflower. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the passing game, downfield and too high. But it was a great look. Unfortunately, Hodgins just put a little too much arm on it. 3rd and 10. At the 24, they look to run the ball. Doss with space down the middle, Powers for the first down. The Spartans are not going away yet. They're down to the 12. They need 2 touchdowns to tie. Getting to the outside with good blocking downfield, Doss will head to the end zone. Really good drive there of the Spartans. It was slow, it was methodical, but they needed to find a touchdown. They get it. And with under 4 minutes left, they need a stop from their defense. But before we get to that point, they're keeping the offense on the field here. They're currently down by 8. They're trying to make it to where a touchdown would win. And missing the first tackle, it opens up for Coley to make the play. Now they need a stop, a touchdown, and a 2-point try. Very much a questionable decision, but riding the wave of momentum. Sometimes you just got to go for it. Handing it off here to Thompson. Running game needs to come through strong here late. The Cardinals start with a gain of 2. Out in pistol ace now. As Thompson still the back, they go his way, blocks develop, and he trucks through the corner. It's a first down for the Cardinal. A very effective run there. Checking in Sulai here, giving Thompson a breather, and the fullback forgot to block the only man. Bit unlucky for Sulai, who finally got a carry. Takes us inside the 2-minute break. We've got 2 minutes left with a 2nd and 10. Go his way, and it's stacked up. 3rd and 11 then it will be. They're crunching everyone down here. No one down the field. And it looks like Draft is making some changes. 3rd and 11. They go with the play action. Wide open. Ball gonna get there a little bit late, but Moses gets the catch. And with that, that might be about the nail in the coffin for the Spartans. They've got 1 timeout remaining, so if not the nail in the coffin, setting said nail. Thompson takes it to the right-hand side. Final timeout is called. Both teams go with a risky play, but this time it works out for the Cardinal as they hit that deep ball. 2nd and goal, 1:47. And keeping it down the middle, probably should have just gave that one to Salai. It was a good job, though, from the edge man to make Draft think about it, as this clock is ticking down to about 1 minute left. They snap it with 1 second on the play clock, and getting stuffed is Thompson. Honestly, that's not a problem here for the Cardinal. They'll let this clock continue to roll down. And to make this a 3-score game, Ritter missed it. He never got the angle. It basically went straight forward. It will remain 8 points here for the Spartans. So with no timeouts, 21 seconds, they need the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. All with few receivers, as that ball is thrown well out of bounds. Does at least ensure the clock does not run for too long. 2nd and 10. 4-man rush. Pass downfield and again headed towards the sideline. Blanchflower, the closest receiver to it. 3rd and 10, 13 seconds and counting. As they go again, sideline shot. They're trying to attack the offensive lineman sitting on the bench. Brings up 4th and 10. 4th and game here for the Spartans. They've got to at least convert this, run a quick stop route, get the first down, then try to get back to the line for a Hail Mary. But instead, they'll go for it all here. Final play, and it's picked off Tim Easy. And he might be looking for some yardage here. But Capers is going to say, no, you don't. 24-16 will be the finale here in East Lansing. Cardinals start a perfect 2-0 as it's another pick for Tim Easy on the season. And all in all, the game looked very much in hand for the Stanford Cardinal. A couple mistakes here and there, but they cleaned that up. 271 yards passing for Gordon Draft. He did well running the ball. And overall, I think the running was just fine. It's not the focus of the offense this year. It's the passing game. And once again, Deshaun Blouse went off, this time on a higher level secondary, and showed that he had no signs of slowing down. Stanford Cardinal 2-0. And right back where he belongs, Cassius Sampson, defensive Pac-12 Player of the Week with 2 sacks, 4 tackles, 2 TFLs. And that puts us right where we need to be as we head into our rematch of Georgia. They started their year with a loss and then immediately went into a bye. In fact, they have pretty much all of their byes early on in their schedule, so it's going to be a tough stretch for them. Hopefully, that means that they're not going to have a good season, and we have a say in that as we face them in their second week. But taking a look here at their first game, 45-28, they got blown out by Clemson, who was unranked even at this point of the season. It was 6 touchdowns for the redshirt freshman Trent Burns. So in his first game, that's one heck of a way to come out. As for Hawkinson, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Hopefully we force a lot more turnovers on him. He had about 320 yards passing. He beat us running the ball. He did run a lot in this game, 14 times, but Clemson contained him. If we could do that, we can overcome this Georgia team. We saw that we had the ability to very much do that. Whipple had a really good game, 152 yards on 7 catches for a touchdown. George Gonzo, basically it's the same exact offense we played last year in the playoffs. Defensively, they have a couple new faces. TFL-wise, they only have 4. Sacks, they only had 1. If we could find a way around their defense, if our offense keeps the same pace, I think we could I don't say very easily, knock on wood, cross our fingers, but I think we could beat this Georgia team. And if we do, that would go a long way in helping us in these recruiting battles. Now, we are getting into some guys' top 5s. So at this point, we're going to start going with some of these hard sells that should open up some points, but we are still looking to delegate some points around. All in all, it's a really good start for our Stanford Cardinal. And to make sure you don't miss the 3rd installment of the Stanford v. Georgia matchup, this time in Palo Alto, we have not played them at home. We started in Athens. Then we had the neutral site in the playoffs. Now we head home. Hit that subscription button in that bottom right corner, that bear icon, or the actual sub button down below. And go ahead and tap that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We got the Jags on Tuesday and Thursday. They're in the playoffs, so you don't want to miss that. Recording this before yesterday's video, so not sure how the playoff game went yesterday. Hopefully we are still rolling with Taylor Heineke winning us that game. As in this next game, if we won, we would have to make a decision between he and Trevor Lawrence. But again, that's only if we won. So if you didn't see that video, check that one out. We will see you next time in Palo Alto as the Bulldogs come to town.